I got to add myself to the stage. What's going on, friends? James Nguyen here with the Alpha Red Comic Channel. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. We wouldn't be here without you. R. Very funny, very funny. But with all seriousness, a big shout out to all the mothers out there. My mom included, the mother of my children, my wife. Also, she just gave me a smoocheroonie before I went live. And said thank you for a good day. So I think I did okay for the weekend. So Fong is here. Just want to say hello to my buddy Fong. This drawing better be fast. You know it's gonna be fast. Pretty much fast. Pretty much. I was gonna jump on and allow me to do this because I forgot to. Did I open it? I did. I did not, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it, Fong. Because you're here, we're going to give you the teaser for the Come on. Here we go. Buttons, guys. Buttons. This is Alpha Red number 7, and it is coming to you not tomorrow. I did want to launch it tomorrow, but there has been so much work that goes on to try to get everything set up so it's not confusing, so you don't get a million questions. So I'm going to postpone it a week, and it's going to be on May 19th instead of May 12th. So give you guys some quick teaser images. Here's the cover. This is the pencil, inks, and obviously colors. And the original art will be available on the crowdfunder. So yes, sir. Be excited, Ernest. It is here. I'm getting pages back from the inker, and they look fantastic. And I am super excited for you guys to see it. This is page 1. This is me inking, but this is page 2 for pencils, and this is JC Grande inking, and it looks like this, like the rest of the way through. But I haven't put it in this preview, but this is it. This is issue number 7. Lots of action. I wanted to go with lots of big action, and you find out a little bit more about Wingman. You find out a little bit more about the new villain, and just lots of cool stuff. Cannot wait for you guys to see some of this craziness. Are you excited? I just love looking at these pages, and I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I enjoyed creating it. And I am going to be bringing it to you on May 19th. Will be your first opportunity to support Alpha Red number 7. And I'm trying to put together things that would encourage you to pledge early. So for the first person, I'm going to close this out here, share this other screen. For the first person who makes a pledge on May 19th at 8:30. I'm going to have a launch stream at 8. And the first person who pledges will get this guy. So I did like a pit one not too long ago, but nobody bought it. So I'm going to change him to an Alpha Red pit. So he's going to be Alpha Pit. So the first person to pledge will get this. And then the first 10 people will get this. We'll get these sketch cards. So you get free sketch cards if you're one of the first 10 people. I'm putting together this stuff right now. On the other side are just pictures of Alpha Red. This was my first go around at the cards, and I didn't have anything planned for the back. So the backs were blank, and so there's a bunch of them, a bunch of different ones, and you'll just get a random one. They're all blank right there. But that's it for the pitch. We are going to draw this guy. I don't know if you guys picked up Absolute Flash. I know that I've shared that I'm a fan of Absolute Batman, and we have drawn Absolute Batman, I believe, twice on the channel. But we are going to draw this guy. I did pick up issue number 2. I picked up issue number 1 based on the art alone. So this was the cover. I was really impressed by the cover, and so I picked it up, flipped through it, and the artwork was pretty good. It's not like my favorite style with the open lines, and then leaning heavily on the colors to kind of add those textures and the rendering. But the anatomy is good. The storytelling was really good as far as dynamic. You don't see the dynamic angles in here, but when the action starts, the thing gets pretty exciting. Like, I like this angle. That's a pretty extreme angle, and I think this is supposed to be Mr. Freeze. This is Boomerang. I don't know. I'm not super familiar with the characters of the DC universe, so I assume this is Mr. Freeze because he puts on the Mr. Freeze glasses, and but he's much cooler looking in the Absolute universe. Let's see. Like, this is a really exciting angle. There's just action. It just feels like it moves fast, and I like how the running is a little different than it is in the traditional universe. So that is what inspired me to pick up issue number 2. So I read it, and the writing is good. It seems like it's going to be a bigger story, and so what I don't like is that it's kind of like it's not it's not a full story. It's a time story, so it jumps back and forth a lot. And those are my complaints. And I'm not super familiar with the Flash as a character in the normal DC universe. But this is Wally West, and I think this is it was Impulse Wally West, and then they grew him up into the new Flash because Barry Allen is in here. But I don't know. It was a good story, but there's a lot of time jumping around, and I think you get it better if you know some of the characters and how they interact. But I don't have that history, so you can have my money next week then. Awesome. I appreciate the support, Fong. Patrick Daniel in the house. What's going on, Patrick? I'm saying hi to Patrick. All right, let's get to it, guys. Let's get to it. So I like the design of the outfit. Like I said, it has more of an Impulse feel than a Flash feel. Are you guys fans of the Flash universe? I hear good things about Mark Waid's run on the Flash. I know he's not super popular now because he hates certain members of the fandom. So he's kind of hard to back if you're a member of the opposite political party that he subscribes to. And so a lot of people don't want to say nice things about him. But apparently his run on The Flash was something to go to the comic book store on Wednesdays to pick up, is what I hear. But I was always a Marvel guy. So even though I heard good things about The Flash and Impulse, I just never, Marvel had enough for me. I'm not super into speedsters, which is, I think everybody has their preferred kind of superhero. Maybe we don't all have to have just one superhero type that we like. But the speedster never really spoke to me as like a superpower that had a draw for me. Let's see. I think this goes here. It's got like some chevrons or something on his hands, his forearm. And Funk says this got to be fast. So we're going to draw it fast. And hopefully it'll have the energy of the speedster. if I draw it fast, if I make fast lines, will it give me that motion that I keep trying to remind myself that I need to be adding in? And Patrick says, let's see. Patrick Daniel says, I love the 90s TV show. Absolutely. What's his name? John Wesley Shipp. Was that his name? The Flash, that is. Yes. John Wesley Shipp. I believe. So supposedly, I've got a weird story about somebody who says they're connected to him. She says that she's actually married to him. But if you look it up online, John Wesley Shipp is not married. Never been married. Rumors that he is gay, but he doesn't say he is. And he's not, I don't think he's ever been connected with a woman or a man. But there was a woman who came up to me. She was cosplaying as Ahsoka. Is that the Jedi girl, Ahsoka? And I had drawn a picture of the John Garrett Flash. And I was pitching her on Alpha Red. And I said that my hero's name is John Wesley, but he goes by Wes. And she said, that's my husband's name, John Wesley. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And she says, I think maybe you've heard of him. I'm like, I don't know. John Wesley's, I used some biblical names. John Wesley, I think, started the Methodist Church. So that was not that I have any. It's, I think it was John John Wesley. Calvin John Wesley is Alpha Red's name. And she kind of jumped on that and said that her husband was John Wesley Shipp. And I was like, oh, she did not look like she was married to a movie star or a TV star. I don't mean to judge, but I just would not have guessed that. And so I looked it up, and it did not look like he was married or attached to anybody. So I don't know if that was a legit person or if she's kind of delusional. She sent a picture of my drawing to John Wesley Shipp, or who she's communicating to, and tells me that was John Wesley Shipp. And he said he really liked it. I said I would be happy to do more. Is it John Garrett Flash? And so she said she would maybe reach out to me in the future to have more commissions done of her husband. And I said, I'd be happy to do those commissions. But that was a weird whatever. But yeah, Patrick, I definitely liked the 90s Flash. And I did not know much about the Flash back then either. So that is what allows me to like the Absolute Batman, and I like this Absolute Flash for the same reasons, because I don't know much about it. They could be totally messing it up, and I wouldn't know, because the drawings are good, and it feels like there's a promise of a pretty cool story if they land it. If they can land all the little pieces that are flying in the air. like I said, lots of time travel. It's like 1 day ago, 2 days. Like, let's see. It starts off. I just like how the lettering too. Like there's a lot of talking over himself or repeating. Like he's nervous. He's scared. He's a 15-year-old kid who's time jumping, and he's really fast, and he's finding out about his powers and stuff. So it's kind of cool. So it's like 2 days ago, right? And I'll say down here 2 days ago, and then the next in the next scene, like they jump to like now, and then they jump again 1 day ago. So it's like back and forth. You're like, all right, now I got to think about it. That was 1 day ago, but back here was now. This was happening. So this happened before this. So there's a lot of thinking like that. And it's not a deal breaker, but it's like a brain breaker more than a deal breaker. But I like the dialogue and the situations that he was putting them in was interesting. You know, like the premise of everything. Everything was mostly believable, as believable as superhero comics can be. Let's see, where's it? So it's 1, 2, 3 of these here. Three. And it cuts back up like so. But this only has 2 that come down and go back up. But yeah, I dig the design. I don't know, are you guys? Jay Scott in the house. What's up, James? Happy Sunday and Mother's Day to all the mothers in our lives. Yes, sir. Spike is in the house. What's going on, Spike? Pretty cool dynamic of pose, my dude. I did grab it from, I'll show you where I got the pose, like a track runner. So it was inspired. Let me see. So that would be a suggestion. So this is kind of where I got the pose from. So not quite as dynamic as the actual guy, right? I thought what made it dynamic was his hands. His hands made for the dynamicness, and then that his arm like looks like it's broken back here, like jumping off the line there. So I did use a photo reference as a inspiration. So hopefully you guys don't hold that against me. I don't know how authentic needs to be sometimes for some folks. But I appreciate that, Spike. Did you see that Rob Liefeld did an interview with Sean McDowell? Is that the guy's name? I did watch an interview that he did in front of his church, like on the stage of his church, on the stage of Rob Liefeld's church. So that I assume that's what you're talking about. So that was sent to me. I did get your other one, Fong. You did send me another video. I started watching that. What was it? A guy who was doing reviews of Jeremy Adams's work, and trying to guess whether or not he was a Christian based on his writing of Green Lantern. And what else does Jeremy Adams do? So yeah, when I look for poses, especially for poses like a speedster, just anything, you want as authentic a feel as you can. At least I do. I mean, this is not a hard and fast rule for anybody, but I try to connect the viewer with the with the artwork in as seamless a way as possible. So we all unconsciously know what bodies look like when they're running. So either you can do it well, or when you do it well, it's because people can associate that pose with a person running. The anatomy is there. uh, the hand, like this hand is in the foreground, so the opposite knee is in the foreground, and so this hand is in the background, so this foot should be in the background. So because we know that's how our bodies move, that's how we swing, that's how we get momentum, and it's so unconscious that even if you drew it well, but the wrong leg was forward, it would look awkward. And you might not be able to put your finger on the reason why that doesn't look quite right. But you would know that that pose is not exactly correct. So I think when Spike, you notice that the pose is dynamic. Part of it is like it looks realistic in ways that that we recognize. So references absolutely go a long way to help with those things. I don't know if people have a problem with artists using references. Obviously, I wasn't tracing it. I just wanted to make sure that I had a dynamic pose, a dynamic running pose. And so it helps if you know what kind of things to search. Like I searched sprinting off the starting line or something like that. And I kept digging until I saw the most dynamic jumping off the line poses and landed on that one. So Patrick says reference is fine as a jumping off point, as you have done here. Thank you. Yeah, I think it does just help you as a viewer connect with the subject matter in a way that you might not be able to do if you were just trying to create it right from your mind. I think that's where some people don't connect with their audience as they think up the pose, and it might be really dynamic, but it might be missing that naturalness, that subconscious connection with the pose, the action, the subject matter. I could be way off base too. I could be way off. It doesn't have to be perfectly photorealistic. Actually, it helps if it's not, is what I am seeing as I'm trying to research. I'm always trying to learn, right? I'm trying to always see if there is a blind spot in my artwork. And so I look at what people respond to. And as people respond to like manga stuff, I go, it's not even trying to be realistic. And yet people are very drawn to it. And I'm drawn to it. I'm guilty. And so I say, what is it about it that draws me to it? I'm trying to look at the reference for his shoes here. I don't know that anybody really, really cares about his outfit quite yet. But if you have a good reference sheet like I do here, you might as well do it. And just so if he ever gets really loyal fans, that they would see this picture of him and they can appreciate it and not be distracted about details on the outfit that they think are important that I didn't think were important. So you might as well, right here, right here at the beginning of this character. So you might as well do him right. So I am working on an homage cover for Alpha Red number 7. And I can't wait to show you guys. If I had it done, even the line work, I would show you. Only one person outside of the people in my household know what it is, because somebody asked about it. And Patrick says it's all about the shoes. That's right. That's right. So I was so my son has been tapped for a PragerU video. I don't know if you guys are familiar with PragerU, but they have this segment that they ooh, did I do that wrong? So that goes only down to here. Okay. So they tapped him for a young entrepreneur segment called The Hustle. And so I was watching this, some of their initial The Hustle videos to see like what can I expect? How will they present my son? And there was one kid who was making 6 figures a year selling sneakers. This kid was 16, I think, 16, 17. And he had made like $760,000. He said like, that wasn't like take home, but I think that was definitely like receipts sold. And they caught back up to him, and he had made the following year, when he was 17, he had made over $1 million buying and selling sneakers. So it is all about the shoes for some people. They have like conventions, like sneaker conventions, where they buy and sell these sneakers for like tens of thousands of dollars. He said he bought one pair of sneakers for $30,000 and turned around and sold it for $33,000, like in a half an hour or to an hour or something like that, because he knew what they were worth, and he was willing to spend $30,000 and make $3,000 in a half an hour. So dang. I don't know what kind of people are that obsessed with sneakers, but they're out there. I mean, we got people who are into comics. I guess it shouldn't surprise us that some people are into sneakers. Like, he'll buy old Jordans and fix them up. He has his friends fixing them up. All right. This looks pretty good, guys. What do you think? Ready for the inks? Ready for the inks? This is getting to be a fast one. Fong, you called it. You called it. Let me see if anybody... Spike says, do you only do line work or do you dabble with the colors? I am not strong with the colors, my friend Spike. I do some. So let me see if I have anything around me. I'm definitely more basic with the colors, just the primary colors. Like I don't create mood with the colors, like using different shades like this. Like, I wouldn't be able to do this where it's different shades of orange to kind of create the form. It's just not my strong suit. Like different, like this deep red versus this is probably brown in here, and then there's some some crimson, and then there's some orange and maybe some yellow, and and it creates whatever this is, and that's really strong. But I do not possess the eyes to see in color the way that colorists really do. So I'm going to snap a picture of this, guys, if you would indulge me, so that we can get to the inks. Let's get to them inks. All right. So we'll do the eyes first, because if you mess up on the eyes, you messed up the whole picture. So I start off with a smaller micron. This is an 01. And we'll just do as much detail as we can with the 01. And I think that's all I need for the detail. I know it seems trivial, but if you get something that's too fat in there and you accidentally leave a mark that's bigger than you intended, you might regret that. I want his eyes to be like kind of almost looking up at us. So really subtle stuff like brings that out. Makes it look like he's looking at you, like he's running right towards you. I don't know if you're catching all that. We'll jump into Patrick says it does look pretty good. Thank you. Spike says looks good, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate the encouragement. So if you guys haven't hit the like button yet, I would appreciate it if you did. The algorithms tend to like that, especially if we're currently live. It will show it out to other people, new people, if you guys are liking the video. And if you're not subscribed yet, I should do a 320 subscriber dance, because like I think 2 weeks ago we were at 308, and it felt like we were stuck on 308 for a long time. And then just as I was calling for some more subs, we hit 315. And then just as soon as we hit 315, well, actually we got stuck on 315. I was like, oh, we're stuck on 315 for a week. And then I opened it up and it just kept climbing and climbing. And we were at 320. I don't know what it is now. But if you hit that like button, it shows it at least shows it out to more people so that they can potentially click on the video, watch the video, get inspired to pick up their pencil, get inspired to pick up a comic book, and do this thing that we all love. But I did, Fong, did you enjoy that interview with, what did you say, Sean McDowell? Is that his name? He sounded like he was a pastor. So he did ask some tough questions, some questions that I myself had about Rob Liefeld and his faith and his walk and how he grew up, because he produces some questionable content as far as violence and like sexualized women and stuff. And he kind of explains it. I mean, it just is what it is. It's not to each their own walk. That's not how I see it. But he's welcome to be wrong. He's welcome to be wrong about that. No, he's good at communicating, and he communicated his point well. So, and I don't think internet people are going to change his mind about rated R content and things like that. I was listening to a Observations that where he was talking about his son, and he shared Boogie Nights with his son to show him what a good director, how a good director directs a movie. And I don't know how you square that, sharing a movie like that with your kids. One thing to, watch something and go, oh, that's, you watch it and you think what you think about it. Maybe you watch it with your wife or something like that, but to watch it with your kids and I don't know. I couldn't square that. I don't think. Spike says I've only been reading Absolute Wonder Woman and Superman, and I love them both. What do you think of the DC Absolute line? Honestly, the only one that I've been reading is the Batman, the Absolute Batman, and I love it. And so this is only the second Absolute title that I picked up, and I'm not a huge DC fan, so it doesn't hurt my feelings that they changed some things. Like some names are familiar to me, and that's great. And I know how some of them interconnect, but it's not super important to me. I'm not a diehard DC guy, so it's been good for me, And I've heard good things. I've heard people like Wonder Woman and Superman. Just the art on the Wonder Woman doesn't appeal to me, so that'd be hard for me to pick up. And I think I might be into the Superman because it looks like the artwork is fantastic. So I might check that out. Funk says Sean McDowell is a professor at Biola University. Okay. So he's an educated guy. So he sounded like, I don't know, is Biola a Christian college? I'm not versed in all the Christian colleges out there. Yeah, Spikes. I think it would be hard. Like for me as an artist, I have to kind of be drawn to the artwork, and that's definitely not a hard and fast rule because, I mean, I like one of these books here, right here. This is one that I like. The Moon is Following Us, and I don't dislike the art, but I would never pick this up if it weren't written by Daniel Warren Johnson, just because of his work on Transformers. And I don't think I would have picked that up unless it got some rave reviews from people that I respect their opinion. And so I picked up Transformers, really liked it so much because of the writing, and really kind of grew to appreciate the more indie look. And so I do pick this up specifically for the writing, and it's pretty kind of awkward. It's weird. This is a weird book. It's coming to an end, and I was telling my son and my daughter, who really enjoyed this book, that it was getting kind of like tired, like the premise. I'm like, surely this can't go on. This can't continue to go on like this. Like they have to change it up because it's been the same kind of overall mission, and they kept revealing new, stranger things about the story. I don't know if you guys are picking up The Moon is Following Us, but I would recommend it. It's not like a high recommend or a hard recommend, but it's, if you're looking for a fun, imaginative story, that is worth picking up. But like I said, it would really, somebody would have to tell me that Absolute Wonder Woman is like the bee's knees, and I might check that out when they put it in trade form. I did just stop. I canceled off of my pull list Amazing Spider-Man. I had such high hopes for Amazing Spider-Man when they announced that Joe Kelly was coming back, that I started picking up the tail end of the pre-reboot because of how much I enjoyed when Joe Kelly was writing Deadpool all those years ago with Ed McGuinness. That's really what introduced me to Deadpool, made Deadpool one of my favorite characters. And the movie version is definitely not, it's definitely more raunchy than the comic. And the comic version is the version that I liked in Deadpool. But even that got a little too weird. So I forgot I was supposed to be putting these, like there's like these like shifting lines, like he's going in and out of time. So they present it in like chunks of him. I forgot to add those little chunks. Like he's glitching in and out of time, which is, I mean, visually very cool. Like there's a lot to like about the visual of this Absolute Flash. I must say. Let me see here. I want a bigger. Let's see what I missed here. Funk says, I like the interview. So did I. It was definitely eye-opening. I like longer format interviews like that. It really gets to it gives you an insight on the person. Viola is Bible Institute of Los Angeles. Okay, very cool. Did not know that. So this is a bigger. Just want to cover more ground here because we're as much time as I think I have. It always disappears towards the end of the hour. I try to stay on for an hour, but I think I like finishing the the drawing. So if you guys don't mind hanging out on those nights where it goes over by 10 or 15 minutes, my wife doesn't seem to mind. She thinks she's used to me kind of buttoning up my weekend after the draw stream. So she doesn't expect me to come down and hang out, even though today is Mother's Day. We hung out a bunch yesterday, worked on a project together, and she seemed pretty satisfied with the time that we spent. So I'm going to call it a win for the weekend, for Mama's Day weekend. So who do you kind of take care of on Mother's Day? If you have a wife, if you have kids, do you make sure that your wife feels honored or your mother? Because I sent my mom a card. I can't say that I always call her on Mother's Day. I probably should. I had planned to earlier, but I was preparing dinner. My wife said she wanted some hamburgers. I said, what a coinky dink. I can grill hamburgers. She knew. She knew that's my specialty, steak and hamburgers and stuff. So who do you honor? Who did you honor today? If you've got kids, did you honor your baby mamas? Or did you honor your mama? Anybody? See who's weighing in. Fong says, my wife is a friend, has a friend that teaches there. I asked if she could help us meet Sean McDowell one day. Yeah. So I've seen him before. I don't know how or why. Like it sounded like he does a lot of entertainment things, like Christian perspective in entertainment overall. So that's what I caught out of it. Spike says, "Don't make the boss of the house mad." That's right. That's right. That's why I concentrate on my wife and my mom. I've got 6 brothers and sisters. She definitely gets some attention, and they live much closer. I'm sure, went over to her apartment and did it up really nice for her. So Jay Scott says, "I'll be picking up the second printing of the Daniel Warren Johnson Wolverine." Okay, missed the first one, but I love his artwork. Yeah. No, so I heard really good things about it. Did he do a whole run? I thought he did just like a short story. Did I hear that right? Maybe you can point me to Daniel Warren Johnson's Wolverine run. Patrick Daniel says, "I called up my mom. They're in Canandaigua, and she said the weather's getting nice up there." It was beautiful. My wife was outside the whole day, sitting in the back reading. That's what she enjoys, so I just let her do it. I asked her if she wanted to go for a hike. She said no. I tried. So just making sure that she was happy. So I let my wife and baby mama spend all day, all my tip money. It happens, sir. And see Mr. Spike's comment up here. So yes, we got to keep him happy. Because if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. And no truer words have been said. It's funny how that works. Funny how universal that is. Funny. That is one of the pieces of advice that my dad gave to me on my wedding day. Somebody asked, he didn't speak much English, and he didn't. He's passed away. But when he came up, and I think he said a prayer in Vietnamese, and then my aunt translated for him. And then somebody asked him what advice he would offer to me as a newly married young man. And I think he said something like, "Mom, your wife is always right," or what's the phrase? "Happy wife, happy life." That's it. And everybody just laughed because he was he tried, boy. My mom is a sassy one, and she doesn't make it easy on you. Let's put it that way. My mom's a character for sure. All right. Me talking too much. Gotta get to this drawing thing. Let's see if I missed anything. Nope, that wasn't. Yeah. I had a pretty good weekend. Yeah, so it was nice yesterday. It was raining all week here in central New York. And then yesterday, it decided to be super duper nice. It didn't rain on Friday, I don't think, but it was cloudy all day. So even that was a welcome change, because my older boy owns a landscaping business, and they were struggling all week to get people's grass mowed because it's growing like crazy right now. And he has so many clients. He does hustle. So if you're ever, in about 4 months, you'll be able to see the spotlight that they did on my son. They just did that about 2 weeks ago, just as he was starting up. So I keep forgetting to post these on Etsy. but this will be going up if you guys are interested. I'll keep it affordable. I think this one will be $25, or maybe I'll have the second issue too, because issue number 2 came out, I think, last week, and maybe I'll do if we have time, I'll do a remark on it and then send them both out for $30 if anybody's interested. If anybody's interested. I keep forgetting that I want to make sure that it's affordable. Partly, these things are partly for just to bring attention to the channel, so that when I have a crowdfunder for Alpha Red, which I will have here next Monday, not tomorrow, but next Monday, Alpha Red number 7 will be crowdfunding. And it's just a way to connect people to my comic, Alpha Red. And I'm keeping all this like more loose right here. I think I like this rendering style. It seems to work, at least right now, for this character, to give it some of that energy. Give it some of that energy. Give it a little bit of those extra lines that keep it visually interesting. I don't know. Have you guys been checking out my other segment that I have called Can You Draw? I drew Patrick Daniels' character Red Phantom for the first one. And I just finished up Iron Knight was the second one. Can you draw Iron Knight? And I like to hope that you would agree that, yes, I can. I can draw Iron Knight. That was a good one. And if you guys are interested, if anybody's interested in a commission, I charge $50, and we can have a private stream like Patrick and I did. And I will draw your character, or I can draw your favorite character. And we can chit chat about comics and artwork and what you like, what you dislike. And I have a great time with the people commissioning my artwork. And I hope that you would too. Just kind of a different kind of experience, you know. And then I make it a premiere, and then we can sit and chat with anybody who comes on. Where is, oh, okay. Anybody else who comes on to, oh, okay. He's got like, it's like almost like socks-ish. We'll go bam, kabamski. Does it go all the way over? It does. So yeah, if you guys are interested, alpharedcomic@gmail.com, and we can arrange for whatever time is most convenient for you. And we just chat. I draw. It's kind of like this, except you'll be either on camera or you don't have to be on camera. Patrick was not on camera. But we chatted about Red Phantom. If you haven't checked it out, it's still over on my videos. You can get to know Patrick's character, Red Phantom. A Japanese detective hero who was abducted by aliens. Is that right, Patrick? And then taught all the alien secrets so that He was supposed to help them take over the world, but he escaped, and he turns their training against them. That's what I remember. Let's see. Oh, did I miss what I missed? Okay, Funk says, I watch Sean's Apologetics podcast semi-regularly. I noticed he has a Batman neon light on his office. Okay. In his office. Okay, very cool, very cool. I'll be on the lookout for your son in the PragerU video. I watch those pretty regularly. Awesome. I used to watch them more. I'm not a terrible consumer. I'm busy creating Alpha Red. So PragerU is a big deal. Congrats, man. No, I appreciate that. I thought it was too. They kind of been after him for like 2 years, but he's been busy. So their paths have not been able to cross. But this year they changed the host from the guy that you see to Sabrina Cardone, Grant Cardone's daughter. So this is her debut. She has a show now. So congrats to your son. It's awesome to have such a great opportunity at his age. Yep, he's 20. So like I said, they've been after him for 2 years. So he could have been 18 and been on the original season. But I think they perfected it a little bit better. So I'm glad that things didn't work out 2 years ago. Let me see. Red Phantom. And I agree. Yes, you can draw. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Spike says, can you go manga and draw guts sometime soon? Sure. I'll have to look it up. I'll have to look up what that style is. I know manga style, obviously, but yeah, that'd be fun. I think I'd enjoy trying a different style. You know, I do enjoy this traditional superhero comic style, but it'd be a good stretch. So guts, right? Let me GUTZ. I would look it up for sure. I am slightly addicted to sketch covers. So I don't think manga does the sketch cover options. If they do, I'm not familiar with it. But I've been known to just draw. I keep forgetting these little digital line things that they have inside the book here. Like glitching out. Make it look more like I read the comic, which I did. But he's new, so I don't know everything about where it's going. But it's cool. The story seems to be like it's like this bigger epic, and you're just getting like little snippets of it. So I do recommend it. So far so good. Not a super high recommend other than the artwork. The artwork is just top notch. The coloring, I mean, it is, like I said, it's kind of open, and it is helped out a lot by the colors. So if you're okay with that style, that is a recommendation. Yeah, I don't know how I recognized Sean McDowell. YouTube must have shown me something that one of his videos. And I want to say he was doing either a movie review. I forget. But yeah, I don't know why I didn't bother subscribing. I have too many distractions as it is. It's probably why. But I do like newer, different voices sometimes, even if I continue to like my normal handful of YouTube folks. It's nice to get a little different voice every now and again. I tend to go back though. I tend to go back to the Thinking Critical and who else do I watch? I watch John Delarose just because he has so many videos. I don't always agree with how his tone, I guess, is how he goes after certain things, but I do watch him. I watch Nerdrotic, Geeks and Gamers. I used to watch Geeks and Gamers during lunch a lot, but then they switched it to Ryan Kennel and Drunk 3PO all the time, and it seemed like less. I liked it when Jeremy was on there more, and Beardo, for whatever reason. I liked it. I don't know. What do you guys watch on YouTube? I think we're almost done there. I'll go in for a little bit of contrast. Thicken up the lines. Use a brushy brush, and I think the algorithm shares it out to more people once you pass the hour. I don't know if that's just something that I feel like I noticed. Like there's a different wave of people who peek in, and I don't know how to analyze the analytics. Not like that at all. But feels like if I go a little bit longer, they share it out to more people. Maybe they're trying to encourage me to draw longer. So would you guys want longer videos, or would you rather more often? I'm always trying to work on Alpha Red, so like the more often, like I feel like I want to, I could, but I'd be working on a lot of Alpha Red, and I stopped showing you like the last couple pages because I was like, man, this is like, this would be a really good surprise. And if I show you, it kind of takes away from your surprise. So there's a surprise towards the end of Alpha Red number 7 that I hope that you guys really enjoy, because once I added it, and it was kind of a last minute thing. It was I was solving a problem that Alpha Red had, and then I just dawned on me how much more fun it could be if I did what I did, and it came out really cool. So I don't want to show you. I want you to, whenever you turn that page, you turn the page to page 21, 22, 22, 23, something like that. It's going to be like, whoa. So I hope that's your reaction. That is what I'm going for. The whoa. And I wish I could show it. Like, I wish I could do more with it, but I don't want to get in trouble, and I don't want it to be revealed too soon. So this is pretty much done here, guys. So if you haven't already hit that like button, I'd appreciate it if you did. And if you're not subscribed yet, I would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it if you did that too. And I have taken the suggestion of guts in the manga style into my brain, and I will be looking up some guts and brushing up some of that manga energy and see if I can do a guts. All right, guys, I am going to post this on. Do you guys want to, would you pick up? Let me see. Here's the flash number 2. And it's a great cover. I mean, this artwork is just top notch. It's such a, I don't know, it feels simple, but it's cool looking also. And like I said, the drawing inside is pretty cool. I would do a flash. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a remark. I'm going to let the ink on this dry, hit it with the eraser. But I don't know. Would you guys stick around for a remark? Let's see what a remark would look like. It's just easiest to do like a head, especially in the corner here. I like that it's nice and bright. And then I'll put this up on my Etsy store. So my Etsy store is at jamesqartist.net. Oh, jamesqartist.com, I think. What is it? jamesq.net. jamesq.net. Terrible that I can't remember that. So let's add his glasses here. That's his nose. The mask comes down here, chin. And like this is partly what makes me think of Impulse, is how his ears, how they connect his ears there. Like, isn't that the Impulse? All right, there's the eyes. Eyes. Stoic looking eyes. And then let's use one of these brush markers here, so we can get some. So I do like that he has like this mullet, because I'm seeing this mullet like all over the place. So it does feel like it's kind of fresh and young, and not what I would design for sure, because I'm old. But because I've read both of these, I don't feel too bad about letting them go. I'll still be collecting them, I think, to see where the story goes. But if you're interested in just checking it out, and you want to pick up the sketch, I'm going to have it up for $30 for this. Number 2 also. And that's including shipping. I don't think I put shipping on those. And I'll check. But if I have shipping on it, I'll take the shipping off, because I definitely want you guys to have the artwork, because it's fun enough to draw it. And I want you guys to have some original art. Of course, he looks a lot older than he's supposed to look in the comic. He's supposed to be 15. Let me see if I can make that chin a little bit more 15-ish. Make his eyes a little bit bigger. A little bit more manga-ish. Hey, there we go. Make those eyes just a little bit bigger. And think he has a collar thing here. What do you think? What do you think? Go like that. Goes like that. Bada bing. Bada bing. Like so, like so. Let's do his shadow on the neck. Make this go back a little bit so that his neck looks a little thinner, as a 15-year-old neck might do. Like so. I think his glasses come over like this. Bada bing. He's got some mullet hair back here. I don't know if the mullet is coming back where you guys are, but it definitely feels like it's coming back in central New York. All right, guys. I'm going to scan these in, and then off to Etsy. It will go $30. JamesQ.net. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Let's go through these comments before I go. Reverend Saber in the house, ironically. I too, slow to catch the entire live stream. Good evening, y'all. Reverend Saber in the house. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Patrick Daniel says, watching you draw this guy makes me want to draw another of my character. Yes, sir. I'm here. I am here. Fong says, I watch politically conservative videos and random comic book collecting videos. Yep. That's me too, brother. Spikes says, I watch everything on YouTube, movies, reels. I pay for no commercials, so I watch YouTube the most. Yep. So on YouTube, I use the Brave browser, and I get no commercials. So I don't know how they do that. I don't know how they filter all that out, unless the person on the video is reading the commercial. It doesn't pop up. There's no pop-ups. So the Brave browser. So if you guys want to eliminate all the advertisements, download the Brave browser. It's just like Chrome. Funk says, I watch Thinking Critical and JDA Talks Comics too. Yep. Oh, and the pickleball video. Pickleball, brother. I thought we were too old for pickleball. I thought it like missed the Gen X generation. I thought it was like boomers and then millennials. And I don't even think Zoomers like pickleball, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. What do I know? What do I know? Spike says, I like the long videos personally. Feels like we get to know you more. Yeah. Watch the process more. Yep. Yep. Okay. Okay. I'll think about, like, I've done like draw. What did I call it? Draw-a-thon? I don't know. Saturday sketch-a-thon is what I called it. So on a Saturday, I might turn on the video and draw a couple of sketches, a couple of different images, characters. So Fong says, in the videos of white guys in Vietnam who can speak Vietnamese, which puts me to shame. I am also ashamed when I see those people who can speak such good Vietnamese, and me and my choppy Vietnamese, no good, no good. And the videos, okay, here we go. Nope, here we go. Awesome. Berserk is maybe the best manga of all time. Thanks, James. Yep. Yep. I have checked out Berserk because somebody did recommend it. It goes through, like, it's such an epic manga that, it goes through some ups and downs. And I can't believe some of the dark places that it goes, but it's cool. It's cool. I am going to check it out. So, oh, Brave. I'll look into it. Maybe you can save me some money. Yes, sir. Yes. Yes, sir. You don't get like the perks. I know that they make certain videos that are only for premium members, but yeah, just to skip the ads, just download the Brave app and you are good to go. All right, guys. I want to thank you guys again for hanging out with me each Sunday. I do this 8 p.m. Eastern time, and I just really enjoy it, and I'm glad that you guys enjoy it too. And don't forget, not this Monday, but next Monday, Alpha Red #7 Kickstarter. Actually, I'm going Fund My Comic. Excuse me. I'm going to do Fund My Comic. I'm going to try to raise it all on Fund My Comic, but if it looks like it's going to miss by a mile, I might put it on Kickstarter for 2 weeks, and just to top it off. But with Fund My Comic, you can get the money immediately. Like as soon as you pledge, in like 2 days, the money comes to me, and I can start using it to pay off some of the inking and the coloring that is needed, and the lettering that is needed for Alpha Red #7. I have all my part done. I just need those guys to ink and color it, and then it's ready for print. So it should be ready by mid-June to send to the printer. And so I'm saying July, you can have it in your hands, Alpha Red #7. And there's a catch-up tier. If you're just discovering Alpha Red, there's plenty of time to catch up and get on board. So I appreciate it, guys. Thank you for hanging out. And until next week, we will see you again. Grace and peace. We are out.
From the shadows he rises with courage in his heart, a beacon of hope. He's ready to start with faith as his armor and a fire in his soul. Alpha Red stands tall, fulfilling his role. Alpha Red, the hero we need. With the power of faith, he'll always succeed. Fighting darkness, he'll never dread. For the world is safe with Alpha Red. Red. In a world full of chaos, where evil may lurk, he fights for the righteous, his mission and work. Guided by God, with strength from above, he battles the darkness with unyielding love. Alpha Red, the hero we need. With the power of faith, he'll always succeed. Fighting darkness, he'll never dread. For the world is safe with Alpha Red. Alpha Red. When the night seems too long and hope seems so far, look to the skies, we'll see his bright star. With a prayer and a promise, he faces the fight. Alpha Red shines through, the beacon of light. Alpha Red, the hero we need. With the power of faith, he'll always succeed. Fighting darkness, he'll never dread. For the world is safe with Alpha Red. So stand tall with courage, let your faith lead the way. With Alpha Red beside us, we'll see a brighter day. For evil may tremble, but never forget, the world is protected by our hero, Alpha Red. Alpha Red. Alpha Red.